Blog Talk Radio.
So did you think I overslept? Usually at the 30-second mark, the 30 seconds into that unbelievably cool song, I jump out. You know, I jump out like one of those dancing girls out of a birthday cake, or like a clown. I jump out of a mini car. Right there I am at 30 seconds in. I'm always there, except for today. I was about 30 seconds late, and I'm going to share with you in a moment why I'm running a little bit late today. But one of the things I just did is I just posted on the Facebook page that Traffic Report is now live. Right now we are broadcasting live. It's 9:01 in the morning in Carefree, Arizona. And if you go across the time zones, I think it's 8:01 in the morning out there in California. If you go all the way over to New York, so nice they named it twice. It's 11:01 in the morning. We're broadcasting live. Today is Memorial Day, or I'm sorry, forgive me. It's Veterans Day. What's wrong with me? I got to give myself a smack. It's 11. Today's 11/11. It is Veterans Day here in North America, and it's a big deal. The banks are closed. The schools are closed. There are parades, right? There are parades going in all of the major cities. It's a big reason to celebrate Veterans Day. Today is the day that we honor the men and the women, and it goes all the way back to the First World War, which is way before my time. I do have an aunt, though. My aunt, she's recently deceased, my Aunt Ellie. She used to call it the big one, the big war. And so for those of you who are aware of that World War I, I guess it was I think it was the last time that men, human beings, were actually in the dirt, fighting, punching, shooting, tanks, bayonets. Modern warfare is drones, right? It's like dudes operating laptops 1,000 miles away from the kill zone. It's a different atmosphere. But let's not get political this morning. Let's just honor every single individual, including the men and women today who are enrolling in some form of service, armed service to whatever country it is that we're living in around the world. So let's get that right out of the way. Okay, it is Veterans Day, 11/11, and there's that number again, 11. Is coming up. I posted a couple things about the number 11 this morning. There's something really, really cool about that number 11. But so there it is. Let's get that veterans thing out of the way. Good morning and welcome. You know, I was thinking this morning, here's what came into my brain this morning, and this is how I roll, right? This morning, suddenly, I found myself thinking about the Spice Girls. Remember the Spice Girls? Baby Spice, Scary Spice, Posh Spice. See, I even know their names, right? Remember the Spice Girls? Girl power. That's what I was thinking about when I was thinking about the Spice Girls, is this concept of girl power. And there was a time here, it seemed, though, it wasn't that long ago, that here on Traffic Report, every single morning, our radio show at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it seemed like it was all dudes. There was so much testosterone, right, going on around here. And suddenly, we have had this push by these unbelievably gifted, powerful, feminine, beautiful women, okay? They're everywhere on the landscape here in the Traffic Authority. How cool. Movember, all right, we want to celebrate some dudeness here. But the powerful women that are showing up here is just a remarkable, remarkable thing. And, of course, I'm referencing last night's webinar. It was the Traffic Academy Volume 2. For those of you people who are in the Traffic Academy, you've upgraded your membership to full-on Traffic Academy membership. You now have Mazer. I loved the very end of the webinar last night when everybody was saying, "Hail Mazer," honor Mazer, Mazering. It was really, really cool. And Nicole was so grateful. She's been in touch with me already this morning, and she has more video content. There's more content being added right now for those of you who are members of the Traffic Academy, which is an upgrade. The value off the hook. And last night I was thinking, we've got all of this dude power, right? Adam Whiting, and and then there's Joe, and then there's Greg, and then there's Doug, and there's Chad, and Carl's online. But all of a sudden, who shows up? Jody, Carmen, Abby. Okay, these are the people who are tirelessly working in our support department. And then last night we had Mazer, Nicole Mazer. And I have her note. I had my notes, and I hope you guys. Do you mind if I get real with you this morning? Do you mind if I get real? I'm looking last night on my notes. Okay, why Instagram enrage quality buyers, Crohn's disease. Let's see, a degree from Long Beach State College or free enterprise. What's the answer? Keep it simple. 100,000 targeting made their decision. Only 28% of marketers are using Instagram. These are the notes I took while listening last night. Okay, 400 million people currently are on Instagram looking for stuff, looking to connect with something. We're talking about in the next level when you get into the course, when you actually get into the course, when you become a member of the Traffic Academy, you'll learn how to connect with those Instagram followers that you're developing and how you make those into email contacts and then put them on your list, and then they ultimately eventually become buyers. And, what's in it for me? Be of service. Increase your goals. Always be increasing and setting your goals. Surround yourself with great people. Learn, do, teach, serve, give back. Be consistent. Take massive daily action. Expand your skill set. These are the notes that I personally took. That's only a handful of my notes from last night. And I saw last night when I was commenting on the notes that I had taken, I actually showed my notes up on the screen. There was somebody in the chat room who humbly said, "Oh, you're going to have to make a copy of those notes and send me a copy of your notes, Joe, LOL." And I was like, nah, I don't think so. I think this is about each one of us taking personal responsibility and paying attention. It was such a really, really cool. And you know what? You can go back and visit it. It's still there. Okay? You can go back and watch the webinar again and take some notes and pay very close attention. And it's available right now at trafficweblive.net. It is still there. And it will be there for about probably until sometime early next week. And I've already sent an email to everybody. And Peggy, I've added you to the list. And Holly, I know that I've added you manually into the list. I've already sent a reminder for you to go and watch the webinar if you haven't watched it yet from last night. So do the thing. Take responsibility, okay? Go and watch the webinar. It really, really was amazing. It was very, very good. And I'm just excited to – and I want to tell you also, we're getting way, way more aggressive with this Traffic Academy stuff. I already have lined up a guy who's an expert, a modern-day expert, on LinkedIn, on building a profile. How do you identify your target market using LinkedIn, which is one of the biggest social network platforms in the world? As a business owner, how are you? You're looking for people who are of similar. And the guy who did the LinkedIn training for us, and we could have gone with it live last night, so it's ready to roll. It's in the queue. We also have a webinar. We also have a module coming up in the Traffic Academy. We're adding them. We're going to be adding them every probably 3 weeks now. We have another one that's about building your personal brand, personal branding. We also have a couple of our homegrown females, of course, ninjas, who join us every single day, who are working on some content for us to put back there in the Academy. It is really the best value that you can ever have. I mean, it is really what it's about. And when you start getting into LinkedIn and you start getting into some of these other social platforms, you will see that there are, and let me just put an asterisk here, okay? Direct sellers and internet marketers, we are the big dreamers. We're the big visionaries. We're the ones that go out there and make it happen. It's people like Nicole. It's people like Darren. It's like every single one of our ninjas who show up every single day on the radio show. We're really out there making stuff happen. We're creative. You know what, that concept, you've heard me say this before, if I don't kill, I don't eat. And what that means, if I don't go out there and make something happen today, personally do something, I'm not going to get paid. If I don't kill, I don't eat. Every single day we are out there making it happen. And then there's another subset of humanity that work jobs, and they get sick days, and they get, benefits, and they get all of this other stuff, right, that's included in their loyalty to a job, okay? And remember that there's only two groups here, right? You are either in free enterprise or you are working for someone who is in free enterprise. Those are the only two choices. You're only working on your dream in free enterprise, or you're working on someone else's dream as their employee. Those are the only two options. That's it. That's all there is. But this guy here, we're talking about LinkedIn, this subset of people who are quote-unquote professionals. For example, this gentleman who we're bringing to the table for the next academy, he's a personal advisor to an enormous group of insurance salespersons, men, women, brokers. I'm talking in the hundreds of thousands. And he's going to be introducing Traffic Authority to his list of hundreds of thousands of insurance people. And the reason he's going to be doing that is because, A, everyone's looking for additional income, especially that subset in humanity, right? Those guys are always looking for some additional income. And how come my computer's... Oh, there we go. Okay, and then the other thing is education. When this guy saw what we were doing, like in the Traffic Academy, the education that is available through Darren in the Traffic Academy, when he saw that, he was like, whoa, teaching people how to really communicate with their list and write clever, sexy, mind-engaging emails. He said, man, with these insurance brokers, they would kill for that to learn that technique. And then when he found out that we have an Instagram ninja, we have Mazer in there, who's one of the best in the world with Instagram, putting, 100,000 people are following her on Instagram, 60,000 in the last year. And she just does it, she's very, very focused. As you saw last night on the webinar, she knows how to build those hashtags, and she knows how to do it, and she knows how to send and when to send, how to engage. Very easy to do when you learned it. But when this individual, this LinkedIn guy who's working with all of these people who are in the insurance business, saw that, yeah, for real, Instagram, 400 million people, it's part of the Facebook family. And those individuals, I've got insurance guys and real estate guys who are looking to really connect with another group of humanity. And those guys, the insurance guys, the real estate guys, they're always looking for ways to market. And that group is not part of our internet direct selling community. Okay, we rely on email. This is our bread and butter, Instagram. Now we're going to be learning about, how do I build a LinkedIn profile and get into the mind of people who would benefit from my stuff. And then the LinkedIn, this group of individuals, this is brand new turf for them. And for us, this is a fertile marketplace. Now, you can't sell from an empty wagon. I know right now there are some of you going, whoa, what an idea. What about my insurance guy? What about the real estate? Now your mind is working, right? But you can't sell from an empty wagon, which means that if you really want somebody to engage with you as a member of the Traffic Academy, you have to be in the Traffic Academy first. So for those of you who have yet to take the plunge or make the move, just go do it, man. Get yourself an Academy membership. And did you see the new layout? Did you see the new design? Stuff is always, you should see what's in the works. And we always talk about taking imperfect action. There are so many minds, there are so many ideas out there in our Traffic Academy, Traffic Authority world with the technology partners and the creative team. Like right now, for example, Darren, the ninja email guy, right now, he is writing emails that we will be sharing with everybody in Traffic Authority about tomorrow night's webinar. Okay, right now. right now. And I know this because I'm going to share with you in a moment the reason I was a little bit late this morning. I was 30 seconds late. I was freaking out about 30 seconds, right? And in a moment, I'm going to share with you. So stand by for that, okay? But my point is it's never going to be completely done. Take a look at the new layout for the Traffic Academy. It's killer. It's really, really well done. If you take a very close look, it tells you how many teachers, how many videos, how much content. Now, for those individuals, when you're building your business, and because on that $97 upgrade, $50, over 50% of that is paid out in commission. So now, as you're building your business, you want to get your hands on these residual commissions that are showing up, and you can't sell from an empty wagon. And people now are going to start looking, and they're going to see, whoa, what's this Traffic Academy? What is this? And before you know, there's 2. Before you know it, there'll be 4. Then there'll be 8. Then there'll be 12. Then there'll be 20. There'll be so much content at some point we may have to start trimming it down because overwhelm is like, whoa, look at all this stuff. I'm getting all this stuff? Really? This? For $97 a month? The material that you got last night from, and there's more. This morning, I told you this morning, Mazer said, look, I got more content. I've got more videos. I'm not done. And last night she had to take her dog to the emergency room. Her dog got bit by something, had a stinger. She's a dog mommy. I love that about her. So many things to dig about Mazer. But there's more content being added there. And my point, though, is just take the action. If we, and I'm speaking on behalf of the corporate executive team, okay, the Brain Trust, if we were waiting until Traffic Academy, Traffic Authority was done, we wouldn't even be in pre-launch. We wouldn't be here today because we just go out there and make it happen. And the things that are coming are so cool, so beautiful, so efficient, so lush. Where do you see the Halloween, the holiday contest that's coming? Where do you see what you know that there's a car program right now, correct? You know that people today are getting their cars paid for. Well, where do you see what that page looks like? So much stuff is under construction, and so much stuff is really, really cool. Now, 2 more things I'm going to cover, and then we're going to open up the lines. If you're listening right now live on one of our live streams, radioleverage.com, you can call in, right? If you're listening to a live stream and you want to make a comment, if you want to talk about the webinar, if you want to celebrate the success, or even if you have a question, all you've got to do is pick up your telephone, dial 914-338-0631. When you dial in, there will be a lovely Brit who will welcome you to the call, and she will invite you to press 1 on the keypad of your telephone if you would like to join into the conversation, if you want to talk to the host. And that's me. I'm the host. And I'm looking right now. You're going to have a little bit of a wait. It's kind of like a really, really fine eating establishment here. Like, have you ever had to wait an hour to get into a really good restaurant? Well, that's what it's looking like here. It looks like we're going to have about an hour wait for you to have your voice be heard because there's so many of you who've already called in and pressed 1 on the keypad of your phone. All right, 2 more things. The reason that I'm running 30 seconds behind today is because I was working with Eric Bechtel this morning. My feet hit the floor. I had my bathrobe on. I hadn't had my coffee, haven't even had my shower. I sat down just to check a couple things on the page. I want to thank all of you guys who actually watched that little Can You Dig It video and gave me a boom. Thank you very much. But I'm going to talk in a moment about what I saw there. In addition to all of the booms, I saw something else. But here's my point, right? I was running a little behind because I was working with Eric. Eric is going to be the featured speaker. He's going to be the guest on tomorrow night's prospecting webinar. You can register for the webinar right now. We're going to be sending you email, but you right now can go at topsecretmeeting.net/your username. Go there, register. If you're brave and you're writing email, begin promoting tomorrow night's webinar. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern. But if you hang around a little bit, because as I told you, the guy who writes the emails right now is writing really cool emails with cool headlines and subject lines and bullet points. Really, these things really, really work. Darren is the guy. Right now, Darren is writing the emails for all of us, and you'll be getting those later today. Check your email because those are coming. But I was working with Eric this morning, and tomorrow's going to be a really cool webinar. If you know who Eric is, you can see him in the member back office. He's always in the top 10. Eric is a millionaire. He's a 7-figure earner. He's a young dude who has dominated in probably 3 or 4 different network marketing, multi-level marketing companies over the last decade or so. This guy, in some circles, he is legendary. And he's going to be revealing his secret weapon tomorrow night. Okay, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because you probably know what it is. But tomorrow night, it's going to be killer. It's going to be relaxed. You're not going to see a lot of video. It's going to be me and Eric having a conversation. There's going to be a few slides. We're going to show you some stuff. But for your prospects, there will be a very significant call to action. We're going to show your prospects a lot of the stuff in the member back office and why they should take action now and what can their life look like in 30, 60, 90 days if they just do the thing. Which brings me to my last topic, do the thing. Okay? Like, our webinars get good traffic. We get, by the end of the week, there'll be well over, thousands of people sometimes watch our webinars. And here, every single morning, a couple 100, 300 people every single day are calling in, and then we get a whole bunch that listen to the replays. I mean, we've got a lot, tens of thousands, even we're close to 100,000 actually of people who've actually checked in with us. But every single day we're getting a couple 300 people, and you guys know that you come out here, you'll hear different voices, and every day we hear from 10, 15, 20, sometimes more. 3 pages. I take notes, right, of people who are making a contribution. And for the last couple of weeks, from the 15th till the 31st of October, it was crazy. When I would ask somebody, I would ask you guys, go post on Facebook what you felt. Go and give us a video. Go post something on Facebook. Give us a thumbs up. I would say, and while you're at it, give yourself those 3 points. Remember, you got 3 points for doing the thing. You got 3 points for reading getting the daily marketing plan. You got 3 points for coming to the radio show. I think you got 3 points for posting every single day. You got 20 points if you would shoot a Facebook video for us. It was the short term, right? And right there in front of you, it was only 2 weeks away. You can get your hands on some Bose headphones or a computer or an iPad. Nowadays, you can get your hands on the keys to your dream car if you just do the thing. And what is the thing? The thing is everything that you guys were doing during the Halloween contest. Now, at the end of last night's webinar, I went out there and I posted a video. I thought it's only 19 seconds long. And I asked the question, I said, if you watched the webinar tonight, if you watch the Instagram webinar tonight, InstaCrush webinar tonight, and if you can answer the question, yes, Joe, I did watch the Instagram. I can't remember the exact wording. And I said, well, if you've watched it, I want you to watch the video below. Watch this 19-second video, and then in the comments, just give me a boom. That's all I want is a boom. And I haven't looked in the last hour or so, but I know that we had maybe 20, 30 people actually went to the Facebook page, and they watched the video, and then they gave us a boom. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. Wow, 20, 30 people responded. And I go, but wait, there's 20,000 people on the Facebook page. There's 300 people listen to the radio show every day. And then I was going, but 600 people watch the webinar live. And we haven't even gotten into the replay reminders of the webinar. I'm like, where are you guys? Why aren't you putting boom on my page? My feelings are like hurt, right? I'm like, where are you guys? And I know most of you who show up to the radio show, especially those of you who press 1, you gave me a boom. Thank you very much. But I was like, whoa, what if there was an incentive? What if people got $5 per 5 points per boom? Then what? How many booms would we see? And so where I'm going to close with this thing, and I just want to put back into your point of reference the slight edge. We talked about the slight edge yesterday. We talk about it all the time, actually. And what do we say in the slight edge? I have the book. It's here with me right now. As a matter of fact, the slight edge right now is sitting right next to my coffee pot. And I'll just read from you again on the slight edge, the essential points from Chapter 4. Only 5%, 1 in 20, achieve the level of success and fulfillment they hope for. The other 95% either fail or fall short. The only difference is the slight edge. Boom. So 30 people out of 600 who watched the webinar went to the Facebook page and gave me a boom? The secret to the 5% success is always in mundane, easy things that anyone could do. Now, how easy is it to just open up your mind, pay a little bit, you're part of this community. We always talk about giving back to our community. How easy would it be to watch a 19-second video and just write the word boom in the comments? Because when you do that, we start getting this avalanche of activity on Facebook. How do you think we got to be #1 in the world on MLMrankings.com? 799% increase. Those companies that go out there, where they get the data is places like Facebook, in social media. It would be so easy if everybody who watched the webinar last night, if everybody who, and maybe what we should do in the webinar next week, I'm going to say, hey, as a matter of fact, at the conclusion of this webinar, why don't you go over to our Facebook page, watch that little video, and give me a boom. Okay, I'll take responsibility for that. I can add that tagline in. And then here's what it says. People don't consistently do those simple things for 3 reasons. 1, while they are easy to do, they are also easy not to do. It's easy to just hop over to Facebook, make a post. And it's so easy to just not hop over to Facebook and make a post. And the reason is because maybe you don't see any results at first. Maybe you personally, you're doing this stuff, you're posting this stuff, you're listening, you're doing the thing, but you're not seeing results immediately. We talked about this yesterday, microwave results. And the third reason that people don't do the simple things is they seem insignificant, like they don't matter, but they really do. And in this case, when we're talking about these simple things like posting on social media, even doing your homework, I think last night even Mazer, she gave people a homework assignment to do. When you do these things with consistency, you may not see the result immediately. But in the case of this Facebook posting and the activity we saw in the last 2 weeks of October, when people were incentivized with right now gratification, right now, you saw on Facebook people receiving headphones and getting computers, and there was Gary Chappelle was meeting Doug Wellens for lunch, and there he was with his iPad. You see that instant gratification motivates people. It motivated so many of us around the world in our little community here to take simple actions. But the real thing here is these simple actions that people were taking were having the most profound impact on all of our business, right? You thought that you were just getting 3 points for listening to the radio show, and everybody was going, oh, I'm going to get my 3 points, and maybe I'm going to win something, and you go and you get your 3 points, and then you go and you post on Facebook. It is that activity that put our company on the map for all of us to share. We're all basking in the glow of being the #1 rated company trending, the #1 rating company on the internet. We're basking in that glow. Many people today are making sales because so many other people are finding out about the Traffic Authority because of that singular action. You dig it? Can you dig it? So my point is, continue to do the simple things, okay? Because you will benefit. They may seem insignificant. Maybe you're not seeing a result. Maybe you've been here for a month or two, and you're hearing these stories of people who are making money, and wait till you see tomorrow night's webinar. This guy, you can go for 10 minutes, and look at his cell phone with all the email notes. While we were talking this morning, bing, bing, bing. It was crazy. It was like popcorn. And it was notifications that he's making sales, and he's getting people signing up and opting in to his Traffic Authority business. Crazy. So maybe that's not happening for you yet. And it will. And maybe you've been here for a month or two and you're like, oh man, where are these results? I'm freaking out here. I'm spending a couple $100 a month, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's doubt. Now you've got doubt creeping in, and that's going to impugn that's going to get in the way of your forward progress for sure. That doubt, that's the devil talking, man. Okay? That will kill you. Self-doubt, doubt on your decision. But if you just do the simple thing, continue to go and post. And if we have to give you guys some points, and we have to give you some other incentives, we will. We're going to. On Black Friday, which is the day after Thanksgiving, we're going live with our holiday contest, which will run through December. Big contest, big prizes, money, all kinds of cool stuff. And you will be getting points for doing the thing, because we got to do what we got to do. But I'm going to ask you guys to really get a little bit more busy and just, do the thing. Can you dig it? All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say the last 4 digits of your telephone number, and then what I want you to do is come out. I want you to state your name and give me your name, your city, state, or country that you're calling in from. And then, if you would if you feel so inclined, would you grant me some forgiveness if you felt that I've been mean to you this morning with my little bit of a rant here? Forgive me, okay? Because I just want what's best for all of us and all of us working together. Because the holidays are coming, I want you to think about those beer commercials, Anheuser-Busch. I can hear the sound of the commercial right now, where there's a giant wagon loaded with stuff, and there's a couple dudes sitting up in the front, like a big covered wagon, and there's maybe, I don't know, a dozen more, maybe there's 10 Clydesdales, the most beautiful, magnificent animals. Have you ever stood next to a Clydesdale? I saw one live once. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was standing next to the Empire State Building, the Eiffel Tower, the most beautiful, magnificent, giant things you've ever seen. And they're working in concert together in lockstep. And they can take that wagon over the highest mountain. We're Clydesdales, man. All right, you guys know the drill. I'm not going to beat that drum anymore. Let's get started with. Is this Holly?
This is Joe. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Holly?
I am well, thank you. Good morning to Joe and to everyone on the call. Joe, I just want to tell you how excited I was. Oh, my goodness. I actually went to get response, and I sent out another email. I noticed that yesterday I had, countless people who actually viewed the links, which was amazing. And so I wanted to incorporate them into the pre-existing lists that I had. And so I just did it manually, one by one. I imported. And so probably maybe about 2 hours ago, I sent out an email. So I'm really excited, inviting everyone out tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So I'm really excited to see how many responses I get, to see how many people actually attend, which is going to be really amazing, because obviously they were looking for something and they needed something more than what they had. So this would be an answer to their prayer, so to speak, something that they were looking for that now that they have, which is just amazing. So I'm really excited. I almost can't even contain myself right now.
Well, may I ask you a question?
Sure.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it, Holly? Can you dig it or what? Is that awesome? And you're on your way.
I can
you're on
dig
your way,
it.
Holly.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. It is. You're amazing, Holly. Thank you very much. And girl power. You're one of them girls I was talking about at the very beginning. Girl power.
Girl power.
You might be too young to remember the Spice Girls, but check them out. Okay, the Spice Girls. Girl power. Thank you very much, Holly. Keep up the good work. Okay. Keep up the good work. You're welcome. Let's keep it moving. Keep it all ones. Not sure who this is. We have several people now who are using Skype. Come on out here, Ace.
This is Frank from beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The sun is shining, and it's a great day to play in traffic. Good morning, Joe. What a webinar we had last night.
Wasn't that awesome? Wasn't that a good webinar?
Absolutely awesome, yeah. And you know what? I saw Rebecca early on. She said, I just joined up Instagram here. I've got 6 followers. And I said, well, I think I'll do the same thing. So while we were playing Instagram, I whipped out the Facebook friends. I said, LinkedIn by Facebook. I got my Facebook friends. There's 5,000 of them. I went follow, and then Instagram said, dude, slow down. You're going too fast. I have 49 people following me this morning.
All right, now listen, Frank. Here's something I'm gonna, and this is amazing. What's amazing, I know that the systems work, right? The things that we teach will work. I'm just so happy that you took action so quickly. And now go back in, and there's more content, right? There's more stuff being added by Nicole Mazer, because she really understands this space, right? She's got 100,000 following her. And then what do you do with the followers, okay? And that's where you're going to get into the education. Last night was really a teaser, because you really got to get a little bit deeper to say, okay, now you got, how many did you say, 50-some followers right out of the gate, right? So
49
now what do
followers out of the gate, out of 5,000, but they only let me put 538 in. But
See?
wait, just give me a chance to read the tagline when you finish. I want to read what I wrote, and you'll see why it was so strong. But go ahead.
All right, well, cool. And let me just remind everybody online, now this is where the Traffic Academy is going to benefit you, because you're going to realize and find out exactly what are the techniques. Now, what do you do next with those followers? How do you convert those followers into people who are really paying attention? And then how do you introduce those followers into whatever it is that you are promoting? And this is where the real retail opportunity comes in for somebody who's serious about selling the Traffic Academy as a retail product. Because, like I said a moment ago, and you know this, Frank, you have a background in business. Insurance guys, real estate guys, people are always looking for more contacts, more. And so how do you take those 39 brand new on your first, 12 hours of doing this? So what do we do next with that data? And how do we massage and get that data?
I want to answer that question, Joe. I want to answer that question. In the bio, it says, Frank Alio, 36 years in finance, mortgage, private lending, credit restoration, and now promoting the #1 home-based business worldwide. Give us a shout-out. And then trafficauthority.net CP3, which happens to be the Vincent
Sales
Ortega sales funnel.
See, dude, there's a reason. There it is, man. There it is, right? And what did it cost you? Aside from because you're already committed to your traffic, it's not like, it cost me $97 for my monthly fee. I'm talking in real time. It was only a little bit of time, right? I mean, you spent an hour on the webinar, and then you actually went and set up the profile. I mean, your investment was only some time, and now you have 39 potential buyers.
49.
See? That's awesome. Frank, I got to let you go because you're getting me all wound up here. It'll take us forever to get through this big list of people who are waiting in the queue. Love you, Frank. Thank you very much. You're my man. And remember, Movember. Did you like my stash?
I haven't shaved anything all month.
Awesome. Movember. Boy, we got to get some boy power going here, Frank. We're getting overrun by all these women. Frank checking in from beautiful Myrtle Beach. Let's keep it moving to the Shy 7659. You're next up.
Hey, Big Joe, how are you, my friend? Southside Fred here.
Hey, Southside Fred, how you doing this morning?
Good. Listen, all I was calling for is to tell you, actually, my son is not the only one that makes sales on his sleep. I happened to make one last night, and I got 3 prospects asking for Traffic Academy and asking questions about it. So there's a good chance I'm going to turn those 3 into sales today. But it was pretty good to wake up and say, "Holy cow! I made a sale." And I had to come and tell you that because it was my first time making a sale in my sleep. I've been making sales when I'm awake, but this time it was the locals on my side. I guess my son wasn't the only one.
Well, listen, Southside Fred, thank you very much. I'm really, really excited to hear that, a sale in your sleep. And listen. The webinar tomorrow night. If you got anybody on your list who you think they're asking you some questions, make sure they get to the webinar tomorrow night. It's going to be live. It's not pre-recorded. It's not a video. It's me and this dude just having a conversation, very relaxed, and this guy is powerful. 7-figure earner over and over. And, people who are curious, they're considering, have them watch tomorrow night's webinar. And for those of you who can't make it live, we archive these things. But that's what I would recommend, Fred.
I will send all my emails today in a little while, and I'm going to put that web. I'm just waiting for that. As soon as I get that link, I think you said you're going to put it up pretty soon. So as soon as I get it, I certainly will send all that out today.
Excellent. Thank you for calling in this morning. Southside Fred, making sales in his sleep. Thank you, Fred. We've got to keep it moving. Fred, I got a lot of people in line here this morning. 2959, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Carlos Rodriguez from New York City, man. I missed you guys.
Carlos,
I missed you guys.
You're out there, dude. I see you on Facebook all the time. I haven't seen you. I saw a video this morning I think you posted. What's going on?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I just really quick just want to say something to all of our veterans. Freedom isn't free, so I actually wanted to thank those guys. I believe Diamond Dave and Earl and a bunch of other people that are friends with me on Facebook that are veterans. So thank you.
Absolutely.
there's 8 things that I had to give up, and I think some of us here ninjas need to give up. Doubting yourself, give up that. Negative thinking, give that up. Fear of failure, give that up. Criticizing yourself and others, give that up. Negative self-talk, procrastination, fear of success, which that's a big one, and people-pleasing. I had to give that up. Been a little bit down, too many things are going on, but if I let fear hold me back, I would have not made that video. I actually was not going to post that video. I did that over the weekend. I had a good friend of mine help me out with that. But, I probably said actually on that video more than 10 times. But I said, you know what? I have to post it. I have to knock that fear on his ass. And that's what I did. And always plugging in, always listening. You know, Carly Rose just been a little bit terrible twos lately, so I didn't want to jump on the call. But, I'm just doing the thing. Amazing training last night with the Instagram. I implemented that. I'm starting to see a more flow thing from last night. I think within last night to this morning, I have like 20 new followers right now. You know, I've been using Instagram lately to promote Traffic Authority. But yeah, man, don't let fear hold you back. Press 1. Anybody peeping through the hole. Yeah, Joe, I appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
I gave you a shout out on the video also, so I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Carlos. In terrible twos, little Carly Rose is running around wild. I bet that. Listen, I want to thank you very much for taking the time out here. And this concept of fear, years ago, one of my first teachers, he put it into my brain. Is that fear is really, it's an acronym, and it stands for false expectations appearing real. That ain't real, man. Fear is something that you're conjuring up. Okay, fear is actually meditation. Fear is actually focus on stuff that you don't want to happen, right? If you're and what you think about is what you bring about. It's a prayer. Fear is actually a prayer for something that isn't going to happen anyway. False expectations appearing real. They hold so many of us back. I'm talking about what you did shooting your video. I've shared this story before. My very first time ever that I had to do a testimonial on a conference call I was terrified. Terrified. It was my turn. It was a 30-second testimonial. They called me out. Everyone's calling out. It's like a conference call for a multi-level marketing company. It's like, okay, the host says, okay, we want to hear from people out there. Who's having results? And everybody would jump out. Say, me, hey, call on me. This is Joe. And she called on me, and she told me she was going to call on me. And I was just like terrified. My heart was pounding. My bottom lip was quivering. You can hear the fear in my voice. I was sweating bullets. And this is literal. I'm not exaggerating here when I say that I had to lay down on the floor to get my composure when it was over. And listen, and look at me now. That was a false expectation appearing real. And then I remember the first time I had to go up on stage in front of a group of people to deliver a compensation plan explanation for a MLM company, and I was really, really good at it. By this time on the conference calls, I was able to do a good job. But being on stage in front of people, I had to be helped off. Okay, I talked so fast, and then I froze up. Somebody came out of the audience, one of my teachers, and had to help me get off the stage because I was just so terrified, like the petrified forest. Like a cigar store Indian, just standing there like a mannequin, like just standing there. And since then, I've had the privilege of, and this is quite literally, traveling planet Earth and hosting events and speaking on stage in front of thousands of people. Places as far away as Greece and Peru, Machu Picchu, Costa Rica, Fiji a couple times, Sydney, Australia 3-4 times, all over North America. False expectation appearing real. It is a killer, man. Fear will kill you. 1650, you're next up.
Boom, I'm digging it, Joe.
Boom, thank you very much, Barry. How are you, man? Can you dig it?
I can dig it, brother. I'm doing well. First thing I'd like to say is Happy Veterans Day to all of those who served in the past, who are currently serving, and I know we've got some brother ninjas that are also veterans, and include all of you. Thanks to all of you.
And
we
dude,
got our freedom here to our dreams, our dreams like traffic authority,
All right, may I interrupt you, Barry? Forgive me
Yes,
for
sir.
interrupting you. There are females amongst us who also are serving our country. For example, if you've ever worked with a female by the name of Carmen, a lovely woman named Carmen in our support office, if you ever get an email from Carmen, Carmen is a single parent, and she also is a drill sergeant. She's active. I don't know what her rank is, right, but she is a drill sergeant in the military. So I just wanted to correct you, if I may, because you said there are gentlemen among us, ninja men, who are involved in the military. Well, there are ninja women. There's a drill sergeant right now working in our customer service department. I yield the floor to you, sir.
Thank you. My bad. I mean, I didn't mean to do that. I definitely want to include our strong women. Yes, thank you for them as well, and for pointing that out to me, buddy.
No problem, bro.
Great webinar last night. You were talking about the Traffic Academy. I mean, anybody listening who doesn't have that, God, I'm looking at the page right now. It's beautiful. It's got 3 certification training. It's got the email profits for Darren, and it's got the Instagram crusher with a beautiful picture of Nicole there. And each one of these things are worth so much. I mean, Darren's is worth $300. I'm not sure what Nicole's is worth, but I mean, if you don't have Traffic Academy, by all means get that, and the last thing I've got to tell you, this is kind of funny, Joe. I had a dream last night that you were in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was I fat?
We were at an event. I mean, I guess I'm really so absorbed I'm having dreams now, but we were at, I guess it would be our first live event, and I came up to you and I said, Joe, can we do Instagram if we only have a PC and we don't have a smartphone? And you looked right at me and you said, buddy, I'm not sure. Go into your back office and watch the video again. You believe that?
That's crazy, man. That is crazy, and that's true, right? That's the way it rolls. And it's about teaching a man to fish or giving a man a fish, right? I love that. But listen, man, how are the wedding plans coming? Right, you're walking your daughter down the aisle this week. Is that right?
Oh God, yeah, I got a lot of anxiety going on. 3 days now. Tomorrow's the final fitting for all of us gentlemen, and yeah, 3 days away. Thanks for asking.
And what's your daughter's name, dude?
Brittany.
And your son. And speaking of fear, I'm pretty sure Christopher, that's your son, right?
Yeah, he's my youngest.
And he's the one that you got up and actually did a happy birthday thing in the restaurant, right?
Yes, sir.
And so, see, I got a good memory here, and that was fear. We actually talked about this on the radio show one day, that you were a little shaky and you were fearful, and you were like, oh, my God, should I do this? And you get up and you make a scene, and it's a birthday scene, and it's a celebration, and your son is, like, blown away because of the action that you took overcoming that fear. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct, and I had Traffic Authority to thank for that. I mean, I was so jittery and nervous, but it was so worth it, and that's just a lesson to be learned.
Can I give you a boom shakalaka on that one?
By all means.
Boom shakalaka, Barry. Thanks for calling in. I hope to hear from you tomorrow before the wedding, okay?
Thank you, buddy. You will.
You're welcome. Barry checking in from Tucson. Let's keep it moving. 9190. You're next up in the queue.
Oh, this is Earl, the mountain man from Troy, Montana. And, yeah, as a former veteran, well, I guess I'm still a veteran. I'm just not in the Army anymore. But 1993 and 94 is when I served, and my father served before me. My grandfathers both served. And you can learn a lot from the military. And a big shout-out to Nicole. That was Mazer. That was some awesome stuff she showed. And I overcame one of my fears. I have not even got on Instagram because I was afraid of technology. I hate to say that, but I took the next step forward. But I saw something in last night's webinar that was powerful. Nicole had every reason in the world to have an excuse not to produce. Crohn's disease, laid up in bed, can't do anything. But instead of crying about it, instead of asking for everybody, gimme, 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 she did something about it. She took action. And, you know, the best way to overcome fear, I've heard it called false evidence appearing real, is to take actions. we got to take those actions. Now, when I was in the Army, I learned some important things. When we're on a mission in combat, there's going to be obstacles and roadblocks. What do? We weren't expecting those obstacles to hit. We improvise and continue on. We don't call Dr. Phil and ask for advice. We don't take a pill. We don't look for the latest title to top out on the mission list. We improvise and we move forward and we take action. I believe they embedded in our subconscious mind: shoot, move, communicate. So when you look at the military and you understand that the same thing happened to form the United States as a country, you had to have a why that was stronger than the fear that stopped you from taking that next step of action. Now put yourself in our forefathers' position. They're outnumbered 10,000 to 1. The chances of even gaining freedom are slim to none. What did they focus on? They didn't want their little girls getting raped by the royals and watching this take place. They didn't want to work for 50% of their wages to give to a government that takes from you instead of give to you. So you look at what the dream was. The dream was freedom, victory, or death. And entrepreneurship, folks, is no different. You're going to have obstacles. I mean, I've been in sales for over 20 years. I've made 5 figures before. And even with traffic authority, I'm still getting paid. But the reason I'm getting paid is because I take those daily actions. I do that daily marketing plan. And when stuff don't work, I improvise. I had a glitch in my system, and all my leads disappeared from my traffic authority back office. I sent a support ticket. I took action. I sent out an email to who was in my email list. And I put links in the email, and the links come out wider than my legs. My domain names didn't show up. I could have panicked. I could have cried. Oh, well, the information got out there. And you know what happened? I still got it. Same on e-wallet. So if you take a look and understand what we are, entrepreneurs need visitors to their websites. That's the bottom line. We have the solution. And if you'll take those daily actions instead of accepting the excuses that keeps people in poverty, you're going to see success. Our forefathers took those actions when they weren't in the mood. Our forefathers took those actions when it wasn't a pretty sight. I can tell you stories about people looking at an objective while I was in the military. One guy standing there next to me, all of a sudden his face was completely warm. I looked over at him, it's covered in blood because the guy next to him had his head blown off. We moved. We took action, and we survived, and were able to help some other people. But we could have crybabied about it. You know, we could have had a big post-traumatic stress syndrome, whatever you want to call it. But instead of letting the fear of what could happen stop us, even though the situation was very ugly and very awful, we did what we were supposed to do. We shot, we moved, we communicated. So, and you look at traffic authority, and you have a desire for that freedom for yourself, don't expect this road to have no bumps and no obstacles. Don't expect this road to be easy. But it is simple. You know, you got to want it just as bad as our forefathers wanted our freedom. I love this opportunity more than any opportunity I've ever seen. And I've already had enough obstacles that would make most people quit. You know, the money that I use to run this business comes from a rental unit that I have. But the lady that lives in the rental unit told me 2 months ago that rent was now optional, as she enjoys her welfare check, and she enjoys her child support, and she just won a custody battle to keep her kids, and she don't even work. She don't take care of them. She's trashed my house. I've had to go to the law to have her evicted, and she's still taking her time getting out. Everybody else supporting her. She's not taking no actions. And I could let that stop me from my dream, but I don't. I put one step forward in front of the other, and I take these daily actions to overcome the obstacles that are in front of me, and I do it with no fear. False evidence appearing real will kill you, whether you're in life or whether you're in business. But if you understand what the actions are that are going to put profits in your business daily, even if you do the actions wrong and learn from it, you put those actions forward, you take your next step, and you're going to find success. It's really easy to find reasons to fail. It's really easy to let fear consume you. But like our forefathers, when you ignore the fear and take action and put one foot in front of the other, victory is the only end result because you're focused on victory, not defeat. If you focus on defeat, I can't say what I'm thinking, but you don't want to do that. It's just a blessing to be here. We got such an awesome family of people that are earning, and I admire you folks. And to all of you veterans that served, male or female, God bless you and thank you for your service to our country. And thanks for having me on the show today, Joe.
Hey, good morning, and thank you very much, Earl. Thank you. What a good morning. That's a wake-up call for a lot of us, the stuff you just shared. And I noticed last night in real time the comments that you were making to Nicole about her decision when she was faced with Crohn's disease. And Crohn's disease is, I said last night, it's nasty. My brother had that. And I honor the fact that you're willing to take the time here this morning and share your story and your enthusiasm and the things that you've gone through. And you're reminding me of a Zen saying, it is this: the obstacle is the path. The obstacle is not in the way. The obstacles that you face in your business, the obstacles you face in your marriage, in your relationships, the obstacles that you're facing in your, struggling to set up a Twitter account, those are not in the way. That's the way. The obstacle is the path, okay? Because that's where you learn. That's where you're going to get over your fears. That's where you're going to conquer stuff that's holding you back, is when you face those obstacles head on and you just realize that, hey, man, this is good. This is something that I'm going to learn from. You get that, Earl. I know that you get that. You're awesome. Thank you very much, Earl, the Mountain Man, checking in with way more than 2 cents. Way more than 2 cents. Good morning, 6523. You're next up.
Good morning, Joe. This is Monica, live in Portland.
Hey, Monica, live in Portland. How are you today?
I am great. I want to just give a shout-out. Earl, that was the most powerful message that we could really have today. I'm not a veteran myself, but I have the privilege of serving our veterans, and I just want to say thank you for all that. And fear is something that we can all overcome, and I love what she's saying, what Earl just said about taking this as a life and death kind of a situation. We need to make change. Last night I was reading from the Slight Edge, and it says here, some activities that take us from failure to survival would also take us from survival to success if we would just keep doing them. I don't know. Last night, the seminar or the call was fabulous. I went and took action, and I had never been on Instagram, and I've got 4 followers, and I'm just really excited. I would like to know, if I haven't listened to the new Instagram on Traffic Authority or the Academy yet, about the tips for Androids, but I'm going to read. I'm going to listen to it, and I'm sure it's there. Everything is there.
Everything that you require is there. As a matter of fact, maybe the lesson is that, maybe I should actually get an iPhone. and I'm kidding. I'm like Triumph, the insulting comic dog. But it is true. There is a lesson there. In there, and Monica in Portland, I want to thank you for coming out here today, and I'm really happy that you're into the Slight Edge and taking that, for real, because the Slight Edge is for real, and the Slight Edge is the key to all of our success, is doing the mundane things. Monica, thank you very much for jumping in here today. Monica, live in Portland, and yeah, how about that, Earl, man? Guy's powerful. Guy's a madman, actually. Thank you very much, Monica.
Thanks.
We'll keep it moving. You're welcome. 0618, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Hey, Joe. Hi, my brother and sister, Girl Power Ninjas. This is Gilbert James in New York City. How's everything going?
I'm doing great. I love the Girl Power thing, right?
Oh, yeah. We will never, us ninjas, and who have been baptized by the power and the beauty of Traffic Authority, we will never give up on our dreams, because we know that a yes is coming. Now, one of the questions that I like to ask is that, and I've been dealing with this over the night, is that to be successful with Traffic Authority, we all can do that. There's no question about that. But are we really, really, really prepared to be successful? Are we prepared to make more money, to get a new car? Are we prepared to get a new home or to get braces for our daughter's teeth or our son's teeth? You see, success, as I mentioned before, success is an inside job. Stuff has got to go on within us as individual men and women. It's an inside job. Our thinking, the quality of our attitude that we hold is first cause. Our thinking determines, the quality of our attitude determines our experiences in life. So that's happening within us. Success is an inside job. How do we prepare for success? We tune into the Traffic Authority videos. Whether 6 videos or whether there's 11 videos, we get on those videos and feed our noodle the wisdom and the guidance and the instructions that we need to be successful. We're working on the inside job. We practice the emails that Darren gave us in the back office with the Traffic Academy. We practice that. We get on the radio shows. We get on the webinars. I mean, yesterday I called and spoke with Diamond Dave. I mean, I asked him a simple question about my Get Response, getting my leads on there. A simple question. It took a 3, 4, 5 minute answer. We was on the phone for almost 45 minutes. I mean, this guy, Diamond Dave, is tremendously powerful. He's a giving young man. He helped reassure me. He helped get my Get Response in order. He has such skill sets. He's focused. He want to help other people. That's the sign of a champion, and that's what we have at Traffic Authority. Like Reverend Ike says, you can't lose with the stuff I use. You can't miss if you work with this. You know, I'm just getting all pumped up, and I just want to say it's a pleasure, and I feel like I am riding on the pathway to success on a Clydesdale. I mean, my expectations about my growth and success with Traffic Authority, I am stronger than Samson. We could all make it, but we got to know that we know there's some stuff we got to do within. Like Carlos said, we got to let go fear and self-doubt. Like you said, Joe, it's an illusion that we use our own creative mind to create an experience we create for ourselves. All right, so we need to not be afraid of the light, and let's keep on going forward. And thanks so much. I'll let somebody else talk now, Joe. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much. Gilbert James checking in from NYC. Gilbert, you have such strong words and such strong position. When you speak, I listen, man. You're awesome. Thank you very much for coming here, Gilbert James. Let's keep it moving. 9201. You're next up in the queue. Come on in here.
Hi. Good morning, Joe. This is Kara Kokel in Austin, Texas.
Now, Kara, I was just about to mention you, but I was thinking, you know what? I don't want to get up in people's faces too much because I'm on your list. And I just received an email from you promoting last night's information, last night's webinar, and no one told you to send that email. You just got the email. You just did it yourself. I love that. That's what I call girl power, Kara. Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
I can dig it. Women empowered. Yes, sir. And, first of all, I want to say thank you and much mad love, respect, and gratitude to all of our former and current military veterans out there, fighting for our freedom. It's because of them that we actually can have this opportunity to live our own lifestyles of freedom. And so I just have, like I said, much gratitude for everyone in our military today and every single day. And then I also wanted to, share a couple of statistics because you've talked a little bit about women this morning and women in the industry, and you mentioned that you're being overpowered by women. But I wanted to share a couple of things, statistics on women that are in this industry. 82%, it may be higher now, but 82% of women in the United States who make $100,000 or more a year are in this industry. And women are starting businesses at a rate of almost 3 to 1 over men here in the United States. So, I've just got to say, women empowered. Women are strong, and if a woman can be a mother, then she can accomplish anything. And so I wanted to share that, and I'm very, very excited about the Instagram training. It was phenomenal. I've had an Instagram account for a couple of years, but I haven't really used it much, and I've been more focused on Facebook. But now I can focus on Instagram more with that training. I was super excited about it, and I stayed up till about 2 in the morning in there playing with it and making my list. Nicole challenged us to go into Evernote and create a list of tags. So I created a couple of lists of 30 tags, and I got my Instagram account going, and it was just a lot of fun. It's so much fun learning new skills in this industry. And, it goes back to that quote that says, if you're doing something that you love, you'll never have to work a day in your life. And so it truly feels that way. I mean, it's just so much fun. It doesn't feel like work. And learning these new skills and, it's been amazing, an amazing journey so far here with Traffic Authority, and the value that you guys are providing. The back office, the Traffic Academy, looks really great. I love it. And so, I was checking that out this morning, but it's just a great day, it's just another great day, and I wanted to check in and share that with you guys, and I guess that's all I have to say at the moment.
Well, that's a whole bunch, and I made some notes. Mad love, respect, and gratitude for the people who have put it all out there on the line for each and every one of us. I concur and I agree. And thank you very much, Kara. And you said that you've had an Instagram account already. You've had one for a while, but it's just been hanging out there and just hanging around there. And this is really a cool concept, right? When you listen to what you were taught last night and then you get into the academy, you find out, okay, you know what, this is just another, it's a point-and-click mechanism, okay? And I commend you on doing the thing, right? I wonder how many people who saw that webinar have actually done the assignment that Nicole put out there last night. And I'm on a lot of lists. I do follow a lot of people here in our community, and I will say that you're the only person that has proactively created an email. And I'm not saying that there aren't others. I know that there are Rebecca, and I know that, Gary Chappelle, and I know that so many I know that all these guys, Gilbert, so many of you do. I'm not on everyone's list, so please, if you feel as though I'm disrespecting, no disrespect. But I got to commend you, Kara, because I am on your list. I'm like, whoa, look at, no wonder Kara's having results, because she's actually very, very proactive and engaged in what you're doing is actually what you have been taught to do, right? You're a student. You're a student of the Traffic Academy, and Darren in the sequencing and the emails and how do I write a captivating email. And there it is. And you're inviting people to connect with you on Facebook, and there's your picture. It's like, whoa, there is a student. There's somebody who actually is going to school every single day, including now Instagram, bringing that to life. With your skill set and your attention to detail, I'm excited to hear from you in the future about how that Instagram piece is playing for you in the overall scheme of you building your life and your quest for total financial independence with Traffic Authority as your centerpiece. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I certainly have become a student, and the teacher has certainly arrived. And so I am just taking every, step every single day that I can to learn more and implement that into my business. And you're right, that's how I am having results. So, I received a message a couple of days ago from someone in Traffic Authority who reached out to me and said, that they had purchased. They sent me the actual screenshot of their bank account showing me that they had purchased a couple of gold packages, and that they weren't able to figure out who their sponsor was, and they just didn't know what next step was. They didn't know how to use their traffic. And I just thought to myself, you just got to get in there and learn it. I mean, it's just like a regular. I mean, if you were to go, start a new job somewhere, God forbid you start a new job. I mean, for some people that's a blessing, right? But this industry can provide so much more than a job. But just to say, if you were to go start a new job, you have to start somewhere, and you have to just get in there and do it to learn it. You have to walk through the steps to learn it. And so, for those of you that are out there that feel like you're struggling, that you don't, that you can't connect with your sponsor, your business is really your own responsibility. You have to take responsibility for it. And that's what I did. I just got in there, and like I've said before, I clicked on everything that was clickable that would open and read it and watched it. Every single thing that I could put my mouse on and click that would open, I did. And that's how I learned my way around the back system, and that's how I'm still learning to this day, and I will continue to learn, because learning is part of living, and if you're not busy living, then you're busy dying.
Kara Kokol, thank you very much. You're awesome. Thank you for checking in here today. And I call it binge watching. There's that term out there with Netflix. You can binge watch, right? You can watch every show in sequence, and you can watch the whole season. Binge watching. For the people who are brand spanking new, I recommend that you commit and do some binge watching in your member back office at the Traffic Authority, because you're right. Everything is there. If you remember, Kara, you've been here for a long time. At the very beginning of this exercise, we would get like an hour, maybe 2 hours worth of questions. And eventually we said, man, if people would just watch the videos, the questions would go away, because pretty much all the questions that we're getting are answered in those videos. And we started throwing that down on the table, right? We started throwing that one out there and said, hey, you know what? If you want to ask a question on our radio show, you better have watched all of the videos. And it was amazing, because when we did that, boom shakalaka, the questions just went away, because it's all back there. It really is all back there. And I know we had somebody out here, I think it was Katie in Texas, not long ago, who felt a little bit overwhelmed because there is so much content back there. But you just simmer down, and it's chronological, right? You just go through from left to right to top to bottom, and it's all there. And the $1 million earners amongst us, they understand the benefit of having that much quality information, education back there. And Vincent Ortega, he tells people, watch those videos 7 times. Go through the whole thing 7 times, and then you're a ninja. Then you are an expert. And then you can put the thing on autopilot for real. Thank you very much, Kara. You're awesome. I appreciate you. And going to get you on a webinar again. Traffic Control Board member, Kara Kokol. Thank you, Kara.
Hey, thank you. And everybody go out there and have a great day. Make it the
we
best.
will. Thank you. You're welcome. Talk to you soon, Kara. Let's keep it moving. 3391. You're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. How are you?
I'm good. Who's this?
This is Joe from California.
Hey, Joe the plumber. How are you, man?
Great. How you doing?
Can I call you Joe No Longer a plumber? Are you Joe No Longer a plumber, or are you Joe the plumber?
Yeah, I'm still a plumber, but that's going to be ending soon, I hope.
How you doing, Joe?
Pretty good. I wanted to give out a shout-out to Nicole for the information that she gave last night on Instagram. I've had my account, never really understood or used it, and last night I started using it, got 17 followers already. So that was pretty cool. Also,
that's way cool, man. That's way cool.
Your post on the 11/11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked that out today. I don't know if you got my message. That's the day I was born.
Really? Today?
Yeah.
Today's your birthday?
Today.
Happy birthday, Joe the plumber, man. Hey, you guys, I want all of you to go on Facebook and wish a happy birthday to Joe Gallucci, our own Joe the plumber. Not to be confused with the Joe the plumber who was on the platform with McCain. Not that Joe the plumber. This is the cool Joe the plumber. I want everybody to wish a happy birthday, okay?
Yes, thank you, Joe.
You're very, very welcome, Joe the
the
plumber. What's up? What up, man? What else?
Well, I just wanted to thank all the veterans, but I also want to thank everyone in Traffic Authority. I've learned so much. It's helped me overcome a lot of fears. And thank you, Joe, for helping me overcome my fears of public speaking. Thank you, everyone.
Joe, and you're very, very welcome, and you're doing a great job on these radio show of coming out and sharing your enthusiasm. And isn't this cool? You know, the thing I love about this format every single morning here is that, you know, we're hearing about personal growth. We're hearing about people overcoming their fears and facing the obstacles and the challenges. And I just love it, right? It's way more than just traffic. It's way more than just clicks. Our little ninja team here. It's awesome. Thank you very much, Joe the Plumber. 3763, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Kim Snyder from Niagara Falls, Ontario. How are you?
Kim, I'm having a great morning right now. I'm hearing all these results. I love this. You know, here we got Joe the Plumber. I got 17 followers. I never used it. We've got, you know, Southside Fred, 49 followers for Frank. It's like, I love it. I love when people take action and they see results, and then they come back. It's like a beautiful banquet, and everyone's coming back for another helping. And thank you, Kim, for the kind words. Thank you for the support you're offering me. I got your thing last night. I'm going to bring you out on we are going to invite you out onto one of our webinars very soon because you got such cool content. How are you doing today?
Oh, thank you. I would so love that. I'm having a really good day. Thank you. I wanted to share a quote I picked this off of Facebook this morning, and it's by Michael Jordan, and most people know who Michael Jordan is. And for those of you who don't know, he's one of the most successful and famous basketball players. Mm-hmm. And this is what the quote is. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
You know
That's
what, Kim?
the kind of stuff. What?
No, I just have to interrupt you. Please forgive me, but I know that quote. I was in Chicago during the Michael Jordan years when he won all of those championships, and it gives me chill bumps when I hear that. I actually am sitting here right now with chill bumps on my body when I hear you speak those Michael Jordan words. How true is that, right?
It's absolutely true, and it's so powerful. And that's the kind of stuff that I like to fill my head with. And then I look for stuff like that. And then when I get up in the morning, I sit down, I have my tea, I actually go on Facebook, and I look for stuff like that because I have a plethora of books I could also pull out of my library. But these random quotes that just pop up I always feel like it's what I need to hear that particular moment or that particular day. And if someone like that can have such wild success, and really what it is, he's picked himself up over and over and over again. And I'm sure he's embarrassed when he missed a shot and all of these things because he's supposed to be the great Michael Jordan. That's the thing. You have to set your ego aside and just keep on going. And if you just keep on going and plugging away with it, you will get success. And one of the things that Kara was talking about is clicking on all of those videos. And you know what? Hey, it just might be fun. I click on those videos. I click on those videos, and I'm like, hey, this is cool. I'm learning something. And you know what? It just might be fun. It doesn't have to be work. It could be fun. So it all is how you approach it. And if I could just say one more thing, you were talking about horses, which is my thing. Mm-hmm. You're talking about the Clydesdales, the big giraffe. Mm-hmm. Well, I've have a couple of big giraffes. And I have an old guy who passed away actually a year ago. He was a 17 hands, and just put it this way, that's over your head. 2,000 pounds of horse, and feet as big as dinner plates. And this horse was the most gentle giant, and he still intimidated me. Mm-hmm. And so I had to go out into the pasture one day to get him. And so I said to the barn owner, come with me, like a little girl, right? Come with me, get him. I've moved so many horses in my life, but it's just like I just didn't want to do that. So out we go, walking out to the field, and as we're going, she picks this little piece of twine off a bale of hay, and I don't know, that's a very small piece of rope. And she picks it off a bale of hay as we're walking through the barn. I said, what's that for? She said, that's my lead rope. I said, seriously? We're going out to get a 2,000-pound horse with this little tiny piece of twine. And I looked at her, and that's what I said, seriously? She says, Kim, it's all how you approach it. She walked up to that horse, and she took that little piece of twine and put that through the loop. You know what? That twine was doing nothing to make that horse move. It was all mental. It was all her attitude, her confidence, her leadership. And I learned something that day about myself, about leadership, and really what it really takes. You might think it takes a great big freaking chain. Maybe it just takes a little piece of rope and a little bit of confidence.
Kim, I got to give you a boom shakalaka on that one. I can actually see a 2,000-pound horse, and you say, but as gentle as a lamb. I wrote that down actually. Gentle as a lamb on this giant animal. Kim, it's such a profound little sniglet you're sharing with us here today. I really, really do appreciate it. And it looks like Kim actually she dropped off the line. We missed her. See you, Kim. Come back, okay? I love what Kim was saying though about Michael Jordan. That Michael Jordan quote. Also, Michael Jordan, he was cut. He didn't make his original basketball team. I think he was in high school, and he wasn't good enough to make the team. And he went on to become arguably the greatest basketball player in the history of the game. MJ, Michael Jordan. For those of you who watch a lot of TV, he's also the spokesperson for Fruit of the Loom Underpants. 1005, you're next up in the queue.
Joe, Natalie
yes.
from Chicago.
Natalie, you must know I'm talking. You know Michael Jordan, MJ. You live in the Chicago area if you're old enough.
Of course I do.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good, actually. Well, for some reason, I just had this song, Joe, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. But now I can't do it to you today. I have to say it to Joe Belushi, but I just Facebook messaged him. So, so how everything is going well today. How are you today?
I'm in flow today. I got up early, like I said. I immediately sat down, even before a shower or even coffee. I was working with Eric and with Darren and with Adam White. This is like an hour and a half before we came live on the radio. So I am empowered. I am fired up. And then I get to listen to you and Holly and Frank and Southside Fred and all these individuals who just come out here and just fire me up and inspire me. My day, I honestly, if you consider that I get to be here every single day and hear from all of these individuals who are having results, I can only do well. I can only score. I can only prosper every single day because I get all of this information and all of this inspiration from people like you. How you doing today, Natalie?
Yeah, the saying is true and correct. You surround yourself with positive, you get positive, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the biggest things, I'm not sure who is bringing up fear today, but I'm on my third or fourth go around. I'm sure you've heard of the book. It's called The Mastery of Love.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have heard of it. Mm-hmm.
One of my it is my favorite book in the world. I have hard copy, I have audiobook, I have ebook. I just love it so much because I feel like it is it is the power. I mean, I highlighted a few things because I know I don't have a long amount of time, but this is pretty, pertaining to what we always talk about all the time. And, as far as fear goes, it basically states that as, 3 or 4-year-olds, all we do is have fun and we play, and then as we get older and, and our parents teach us, and by the way, I learned this statistic just a few moments ago, that 9 out of 10 children are born into or are in a some sort of dysfunctional type of family. Mm-hmm. And so then, that's what they learn. They learn to fear. They learn to fight. They learn that these things are acceptable, and even when they don't want to do them, it's, you know, it's what they know. And so fear is just kind of like inbred in them, almost like, you know, almost like we teach our dogs. That's kind of what it says in the book, so that's why I'm going to refer to it like that. But, you know, they're domesticated. We are, as humans, domesticated just like dogs are. We learn off of, you know, our masters. We learn off of our parents. We learn off of our teachers. And so I just thought it was pretty amazing. One thing that I highlighted was that, sorry, let me get back to this real quick, that the denial system is like a wall of fog in front of our eyes that blinds us so far from seeing the truth. We wear social masks because it's too painful to see ourselves and to let others see us as we really truly are. And the denial system lets us pretend that everyone believes that we are who they want us to be. And we've gotten so far, you know, from the truth sometimes that we don't even know who we are. And so it's great to come to, you know, to listen to, you know, Kara and Joe and you know, Earl, and just all these people that come in on a daily basis and that remind us that, who was it? New York City. I can't think of his name. But
Gilbert James. Gilbert.
No, it was Carlos. God, I don't know why I had a brain fart this morning. But anyways, you know, he brought up fear, and it's so true. We need to stop living in fear, because I do the same thing sometimes too. When I get on the show with you guys, I'm like, I had a brain fart and I lost my train of thought. Why are we so afraid? There's nothing to be afraid of. And all of us as a community are teaching, kind of reteaching, you know, because our beliefs from what we know from years and years and years of, you know, parents and teachers, we have so many personalities because we have so many people that we have to please. But really, we don't. We have to start pleasing ourselves first, loving ourselves first, and then we can, you know, fix everything else around us. But I just thought it was really kind of interesting that he brought up fear, because, you know, that was one of the main things that I read about today as I'm on my 4th or 5th time of reading, you know, this book. And it's just amazing. It really is.
Well, listen, you've got me going here right now. You've really got me going, because I know The Mastery of Love. It's written by Don Miguel Ruiz, and he's one of my favorite companion pieces is The Four Agreements. Yep. And I've got all of his books. I think I have every single book. I even have the books that were written by his son, Don Jose, who's got some really, really cool things. And right now, I'm holding in my hand. This is really, really powerful, I believe.
Don't tell me it's the power, because that'll be really
No,
weird.
the one I'm holding in my hand is Living a Life of Awareness, Daily Meditations on the Toltec Path by Don Miguel Ruiz Jr., okay? And I opened up the book. I just opened up the book. I just put my hand on the book. I opened it up, and here's the page. Seeing Fear for What It Is. I love that. That's
crazy.
the page. Yeah, it is. I won't go into all the details here, but I just wanted you to know.
Well, and I feel like today, and as my battery is on 11%, and it is 11:11, and I was actually, I think what's his name was talking about fear at 11:11. Anyways, I don't know if you believe in all that, but
I do.
We'll have to get into that a different day. But anyways, I just wanted to tell everybody have such a great day today, and just get pumped and get motivated. Well, we always are motivated, but I mean, you know, just do the thing, I guess. And also, real quick, because I can't message everybody, can you please, Kara, Earl, all of the, you know, I would say, I don't even want to say pre-launch people. I need, you know, all of the daily people that are plugging in every single day to send me a Facebook message, because I kind of have something going on, but I can't say what I have going on. So.
Okay, well, we'll make sure I'll put it out there to people to get a hold of you. And also, if you check my Facebook page, this is so interesting because on this very morning I put a post out there because you asked me if I believe in this type of stuff. I don't know if you know who Doreen Virtue. I actually posted on my Facebook page the meaning of 11, 111, and 1111. There's magic in those numbers, and I posted that today on Facebook. Listen, I've got to keep it moving. We're in a public domain here.
On that, then.
Pardon me?
I said I'm going to send you a personal message on today.
Please, thank you very much, Natalie Love, checking from the Chicago. Natalie, we're getting really personal here. And we got some other people in the queue, but go ahead. I want you to finish your thoughts. I want you to.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, without taking too much time, I had kind of briefly mentioned last year I had a near-death experience, and I was actually kind of in a coma, not really, but I was anyways I didn't know where I was for 3 days, but I was in the hospital, so I was, in a slight induced coma. So, but the whole time that was going on with me, all I saw was just this huge bright white light. And so, I have very strong spiritual beliefs. So I'm pretty sure I know where that was going from. But ever since then, I've seen seeing 1111 just all the time. I mean, I was looking at the clock, I'd be 1111. I'd be just so many different things numerology-wise that's, associated with 1111. And it's just a really powerful spiritual message. And so, I'll post something on Facebook and I'll send something on there. But, I guess it's kind of hard to explain unless you kind of look at it.
All right, listen, I got to let you go. I've got to move.
Thank you so much for having me on, and have a blessed day.
And you too. Thank you very much, Natalie. I'll be in touch with you because I've had similar experiences to you. I found myself one time asking myself the question, am I dead or alive? Am I dead? Right? 9098. Let's bring it back to Earth. 9098. You're next up.
Hey, this is Todd from Los Angeles. How you doing?
I'm good. Todd, how are you today? Ty.
Yes, Ty.
Yes, how are you, Ty?
I'm doing better now that I'm on the call. I just want to give thanks to Gilbert, James, and Earl. It's been a little too much in my head. If I think too much, I get thunked up. And they pulled me out and got me on track. And I'm just so grateful for this call and just wanted to voice that, instead of sitting in the background and being a wallflower, get out and give thanks. And I'm so grateful today. And I'm so grateful for this call. And the morning call is just really awesome. I'm grateful I can sit at my job and listen to it with my earphones on and sort of shut people out. And you know what? We're all on this path for our paths are crossing for some reason. And just today really helped out. So just want to give a thank you to you, Gilbert, James, and Earl the Mountain Man to keep on pushing. And thanks for inspiring me. That's all. And God bless everybody else out there too.
Ty, thank you very much. And, we like to say here is that when the student is ready, the teacher just appears out of nowhere. And you just appeared, dude. You're one of the teachers here. There's a saying, I can't remember. It was, I don't know, maybe Sir Francis Bacon. I can't remember. I came across a quote somewhere. And this guy said that silence is the virtue of a fool. And that resonated with me. If you have something that you want to share, you are a teacher. The fact that you're here, you mentioned the fact, and this is a fact. This is a law. There's a reason that we are all here together on this morning. We're all here, man. And there's a big picture. There's a big. It's like an opera. It's playing out. Okay, right here, right in front of us. There is a reason that you are here today, Ty, to hear from the Mountain Man. I mean, it is. Well, I'm getting. Let me get back down to planet Earth here. Somebody's calling in here from Skype. Good morning.
Oh, you really think I'm going to bring you down to planet Earth? Seriously?
I've been following you on Facebook. Don't think I'm a stalker. This is Rebecca calling in from Wilshire. Do not, if you think I'm a stalker, well, maybe you're right. It's just that I find your posts, you're interesting, you're captivating, and you're just like, you're speaking some truth. You're speaking to me here, Rebecca. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. I've been kind of having to grab bits of things because I've got so much going on. There's a whole load of stuff I'm doing at the moment. So in terms of personal stuff like divorce and everything. So I'm kind of like catching bits of the radio show whilst kind of, I know you're not supposed to multitask, but I'm like, I'll get some of it, and then writing kind of emails to divorce lawyers. And the same with the webinar last night. But wow, that webinar, that was amazing. And so fascinating as well, that it was ill health that led to this, because I mean that so many people go through difficult times and they don't recognize the gift within each difficulty. And I personally, it really resonated with me because I'm a coma survivor as well from when I was younger, but when I got back into being online, because I was obviously one of the pioneers, and then the .com crash happened, and I went off and did some other stuff for a bit. And when I actually got back online without a tech team and venture capitalists, and it was just little old me trying to work out code, the reason I did that was because I got a chronic illness. Same thing. I was basically bedbound and thinking, what now? What? And I thought, internet. So I mean, there are so many people who give ill health as a reason not to build a business online, and as far as I'm concerned, it's the reason to build a business online. It takes so much pressure off you when you understand that you can build a virtual business. You know, if you're having a bad day, you got all kinds of tools you can automate, so you don't go to work that day, and guess what? Your boss doesn't give you hassle for it because you're your boss. And I just want to sort of, if anyone's listening to this and they're not necessarily in yet, or maybe they're in but they're not really in, like they're toe dabbling or whatever, and they're telling themselves the story of, I don't have perfect health and therefore I can't, be successful online. It's completely untrue. I was when I got online, the second time when I wasn't well, I was so ill, and I was living below the poverty line as well. I had everything stacked against me. I had burns all over my face for months. I became allergic to sunlight. So the curtains were all drawn, and I had malnutrition and hypothermia and no budget, and I'm in bed. And the only thing that I could use to kind of access the outside world, I couldn't leave the house, was this little tiny falling apart Dell netbook. And I built a business on it, and I got myself off benefits, government assistance, and built a business and created a tribe and published a book and became a bestseller and got a magazine column. And, when I look around myself now and I look at, everything that I have around me, it all came from the internet. It's all come from, literally everything around me came from the internet. So if you're still at that stage where the internet world seems like a virtual world, that whole kind of law of attraction, energy, manifest stuff, you start getting that. When you start making money, you can actually turn the things you do online, the virtual stuff, into actual physical things, and rent and mortgage payments and, stuff like that. It suddenly you're like, aha, okay, this is real. Like, you can really totally build a business online. And by the way, when you were talking about 11 just now, and when the lady, I didn't catch who it was because I came in the middle of it, but was talking about the time, I looked at time and it was 17:30, which if you add it up comes to 11.
See, now you're going into the numerology zone, another place where I like to hang around. I love it. It is 11. There's some magic in that number, that's for sure. And it's interesting because that number has been coming up for me lately. For example, I pick up my cell phone and it's like, it's 11:11, really? It's like, and this has been happening consistently. And so I did the research. Doreen Virtue, she says there's message in that number, 11:11, and it's, without getting too out there, too woo-woo, it's like, it's communication. Something is coming in, a message is being sent, and if you find, and it was about manifestation. That number 1111 is about creativity, and you can focus. You actually have the ultimate power of manifestation is happening when those numbers are revealing themselves to you.
Oh,
and I know that.
How perfect was that today, though? That I went, I if anybody sort of didn't catch it, because I put a post about it, and I said, because I said this to you guys before. I said when I've been on the show, look, just go out there. If there's something that you really want, you need to believe it. You need to know what it feels like. So go out there and actually kind of future shop. And today I actually had my car fixed, and I want this car to leave my life, and I want a new car, right? So I had my car fixed, and on my way back home from getting the car fixed, I went to a very super posh Audi dealership with just gorgeous Audis all over it, and I really want an Audi TT. And I walked in and I thought, I'm not even going to hide this, I'm just going to go up and tell them the truth. So I went up and said, hey, I'm in here future shopping, I'm going to own one of these cars, I'm trying to decide which kind of Audi TT to go for, can I play? And they said, yeah, sure. So I went, and I sat in this first car, and I thought, no, this isn't quite the one, because of Binky, my little dog, my Cavachon, my little designer mutt, she's not going to be comfortable in this one. Are you still there? The line went.
Yes, I am. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So then I saw this other one, this coupe, and it was just right for Binky, which is important because she's a princess and she needs to be in a nice car too. And I sat in it and it felt like home. Like literally, I opened the door, I shut the door, and again it was like I said, even in an Audi dealership, sometimes it's a big dealership, no one in there, right? So there's it's completely overstaffed and just me playing with their cars. So I went in and I sat down. And I thought, well, I'm going to make myself at home because it's not like they've got anything to do. So I just was kind of sitting there and I was picturing the roads I was going to drive along, and I was feeling the wheel, and I changed the position of the seating, and and I put my bag down where I was going to put my bag, and I kind of looked at all of the stuff in there and the kind of dashboard and everything. And then I looked at the dashboard and I saw 1111, and I thought, I need to take a photo of that. And then I noticed down underneath that it said 1.1. I thought, that's 11. And so I took a photo, and then it wasn't until I got home that I looked at the other numbers that were on there and realized all the numbers added up to 11, which is what I posted on Facebook. And, I mean, how cool is that? So I'm definitely getting that car.
Yeah, well, I know that you are, and I'm looking right now. I have so many windows open on my desktop here, on my laptop. I'm looking to see what is your rank, what rank that you're going to have to achieve in order for you to have that car paid for. Because as you know, there's a car program here, and as you know, I know that you're very, very aggressive, and I know that you're unbelievably gifted, and I know that you've got your. As a matter of fact, last night, when we were learning more about some of these other programs that in Instagram where you can actually work with other people, and I can't remember the term that was used by Nicole, but I actually in the chat room I said, I can see the future here, Rebecca, and I see you. I know how good you are. I see you really getting that thing working for you. But you've said so much here this morning, and it really, really inspires me to hear you. This idea of manifestation. I know that here at Radio Leverage, it's about network marketing, it's about business, and we talk about strategies and Instagram and email marketing, but the real stuff happens at another level. It really truly does, and I'm so grateful that you're here reminding me, Rebecca, of these simple things, these simple truths, right? How we really connect, how we visualize, how we dream. Going into the Audi dealership, just you're seeing yourself there, and you understand the power of manifestation. That is your car. It's only a matter of the slight edge, the simple things that are required for you to get there. And the other thing, I love hanging around with you because, you talk about some of the things that have happened in your life, right? You've had this thing, you're locked in your house and you have an allergy and you've got this going on, and now you've got some other situations that are taking place in your personal life. But I love that you are never declaring that is who you are. Right? You're not defined. You're not defined by your sickness. You're not defined by the cancer. You're not defined by the allergies. You are not defined by right now having a car that you want to get rid of. You're not defined. What defines you is a very, very majestic, elegant, powerful, and I mean this, right? You understand so many things about people, about the powers of manifestation, about thought. Our thoughts are things, and it really is. It really is exciting to work with you. And ladies and gentlemen, I've been sneaking some stuff out earlier this morning on the radio show, Rebecca. We were talking about the Traffic Academy, and we've got a LinkedIn specialist already locked and loaded and ready to go. We're ready to launch that piece, and we're talking about personal branding. And I said, there is someone amongst us who is actually working and putting together something that's going to benefit all of us. And I was talking about you. There it is. For those of you who are still hanging around, it was Rebecca that I was talking about. Rebecca,
cat
it's great
to bag.
Yeah. The cat is out of the bag, but you know what it is? It's I want to get people off of that concept of turkey lurkey, no more worky. Just stay focused.
Yeah, we got to get rid of that.
Yeah, we do. We do. I reposted that actually on my page. Turkey lurkey, no more worky. Rebecca, listen, got to roll. I got more people in the queue here. You're awesome. Love you.
Pleasure.
Thank you for coming out here. And I'll be in touch with you,
Take
okay?
care.
So we can continue on this project. We will. You take care.
Absolutely. All right.
Talk to you
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There's Rebecca. She's actually calling in. Rebecca is calling in from Wiltshire, England, which is right down the road from Stonehenge, which I think is like way cool. All right, 5947. I think I got you off cue, or is it 1896? I'm sorry. 1896, you're next.
Hey, Joe, this is Kurt from Washington.
Whoa! Dude.
How are you, man?
I haven't heard from you since August. You know, how are you, Kurt? Where you been, dude? Is everything good?
Well, yeah. When I'm driving a school bus, so that's why you haven't heard. It's a holiday, so you guys are on, and I get the day off. But my schedule has turned to where I don't get to be on this call live anymore. So I got to listen to replays.
When you said you're a school bus driver, I just got that image in my brain of the school bus driver on The Simpsons with the headphones on, that hippie school bus driver. I just got this flash into my brain when you said you're a school bus driver, right? I can see you out there just like hanging like a big dog with all the kids, right?
Yeah, hanging. It's an interesting job, that's for sure.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but what it does is it takes me away from all of you, and so I have to sneak in when I get a break. I get back home and get on my. I don't have a laptop the schools are so protected, you can't use their Wi-Fi because nothing will happen on all the securities they have. So at any rate, long story short, I get to listen to you guys, and then, you know, I got a pretty grueling schedule, but I have a plan for all this. The reason I became a bus driver was because since 1975, I've been a carpenter and a builder.
Mm-hmm.
And the body's let me down, so now I have the medical that I can actually use.
Mm-hmm.
So we're fixing body parts right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that part of the plan is going well, and I just wanted to, as far as this business goes, I have now got a list of over 2,200 people on my subscriber list.
Whoa, excellent!
And I started this list with 0. And
that's awesome.
It's awesome, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've got people starting to get engaged and talking with me and stuff. So it's very cool.
That's way cool. Congratulations, cool. Man. It sounds to me like you're just like doing the thing, right?
I am. And
doing the simple thing.
If you remember on a call way back when we were launching, our goal is to be in Palm Springs, living on a golf course.
And it sounds to me like you're on the way, right?
I'm on my way, yes. But I just wanted to chime in and say hi to everybody and let them know I'm still alive and things are going well.
Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time, and have fun out there on the school bus. Don't let those kids beat you up too badly. And congratulations. What did you say? 2,200 people are now on your list, and you started with 0 way back in pre-launch with us. That's awesome. I'm really, really excited. I'm excited for you, and I'm excited that, you know, you're healthy and you're happy and you're on the way to getting that relocation so you can play golf and have fun.
All right. Blessings.
Appreciate you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kurt, checking in this morning. And let's go to 5947. I think this is Ken in Mississippi. Am I right?
Yes, Joe. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Ken, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Just like to call, I got a chance to get a webinar last night, and was Nicole for the information she gave, and I took time to stay there, try to get on the ground. The moment to get on there, I really didn't know nothing about it and what it was all about. So I got like 46 followers.
Oh, Oh, congratulations.
I appreciate the information.
That's awesome. You went from 0 to 46 followers just overnight?
Yes.
That's awesome. Ken, thank you very much for chiming in here this morning. I know you've been hanging around for a long time, and you're a success story waiting to explode. I love that you are showing up, you're plugging in, you're doing the thing, and the results are going to come. You know, we just heard from Kurt. You know, Kurt calling in this morning from Washington. He's been around for a long time. He's driving a school bus, you know, during the day. He had 0 when he started with us back in pre-launch, and he said he has 2,200 people on his list. There are buyers on his list right now, and the same thing is happening for you. Suddenly now you get busy, you got some lists going on, you got some traffic, and now you got followers on Instagram. I honor your resiliency and your showing up, and I'm happy that you called in here this morning. Keep up the good work and keep us in the loop on your progress, okay? I think we're going to, that's it. I don't hear Ken coming back, but what I'm going to do is put a bow on this. I want to thank everyone who took the time this morning. It's been a killer morning. We've been here for like an hour and 50 minutes. I want to thank Ken and Kurt, Rebecca. Thank you very much, Rebecca, calling in. Ty from Los Angeles listening while he's at his job. Natalie Love, man, we went down a path there this morning. Kim Snyder reminding us about the famous Michael Jordan. Joe the Plumber, happy birthday, picking up 17 followers in his very first overnight using what he learned in the Traffic Academy. Kara said mad love, respect, and gratitude to all of the servicemen and women around the world, whatever country you're representing. Thank you for your contributions. Gilbert James, moving the house once again. Monica live in Portland. I want to thank you, Earl, the Mountain Man, for calling in. Nicole, Barry, I want to thank Carlos, Overcoming Fear, 20 new viewers. Southside Fred, making sales overnight. We had Frank from beautiful Myrtle Beach, who picked up 49 followers in his first foray into the world of Instagram. And we started the day with Holly from Los Angeles, who is super excited because she's got so much stuff going on because she just does the thing. Listen, I want to thank you guys once again. Go to the Facebook page. We'll give you some points later, but pretend you're getting points. Go to the Facebook page and give a thumbs up. Wish a happy birthday to Joe the Plumber, and just support the cause, man. Be a Clydesdale, okay? That's our new motto. Be a Clydesdale. And let's all pull in the same direction, and let's crush our fears and overcome our obstacles and realize the true success that is in our destiny. Listen, thank you guys for being here. See you tomorrow morning. Watch your email. We'll be sending you the swipe files for tomorrow night's webinar featuring Eric Bechtel. But we will be back tomorrow morning live at 11 a.m., and we'll get our boom on, okay? We'll get the boom on at trafficauthorityradioleverage.com. Until then, let's go play in some traffic, but always look both ways before crossing. Till tomorrow, you guys.